Right, I just dragged the Honda lawnmower out for you. So a quick video to show you how to adjust the governor on the Honda lawnmower. It might work on Briggs, it has to be the mechanical version. And I'll also show you how it works. Starters, you're going to need a socket wrench. If you can get to the... Oh, I'm going the wrong way now. You guesswork getting that on there. No, I'm still going the wrong way. Yes. Wait. Oh man, I think it's broken. What the fuck? What the Yeah, it's working now, but it's definitely on its way out, this thing. Use the spanner to take this off. Yeah, you're going to need almost 10mm for this model anyway. Spanner and socket. When you've got two hands, you're better off just using that to take all the airbox off. Right, so as you know, this is the carburetor, your fuel shut off. And first explain how it works. Oh, I need to go get something.
You can wind down the window and say,
There's a mechanical governor from a Villiers engine. This is going to explain to you how it works. Your weights, which when the engine's spinning, they fling it out this way, and they push that plunger up. You can see it's kind of working, but this is old and rusty, hasn't been in an engine for a few months. It's probably never going to go in an engine again. But that's how it works. And while that spins around in the engine, there's a little lever which presses on the end, and that's connected to your governor arm, which for some reason, why is this one sticky? It should move a lot freer than that. Oh, I know why. The electrical cable for the keel was rubbing on it. Okay, that's much better. Didn't explain a lot. It was running really fast the other day. But anyway, what happens is when the engine's set at idle, the spring down here, you see it, this one, way down there, which is connected to the other end of this, it's connected to this as well, your arm, which is actually filthy under here, and I did clean it all. What happens while your engine's running, it presses on this all the time to shut the valve to idle, because you've got your idle here, and it'll force it to shut. And then when you speed it up, when you set the engine at idle, that spring doesn't have very much tension on it, and it can't pull, and it's when you set it at a fast speed, that gets a lot of tension on it, and then starts trying to push this in. But when it's at a low idle, there isn't enough tension on that spring to push this in. So this here pushes all the way out and pushes the valve shut. So then when you speed up by the throttle to say half throttle there, that spring's now got tension on it, and it's pulled it all the way open. As you can see, that's full throttle. When you start your engine and it picks up enough speed, these weights actually, there's so much G-forces on them pushing them open, there's enough pressure being put up that it can actually compress this spring, but not all the way, otherwise you'd be in the same place you were before. It's filthy, this thing. But it'll be open a little bit more than what it was before. But at the moment it's running full throttle, and that's what well, that's not good. When the engine's running, though, this is actually set correctly. When the engine's running, you'll be able to say, oh for fuck's sake, phone's ringing, I'll just go and see who it is. It's an 0800 number, I ain't answering it. Oh, it is. I'm not answering that. It's my sister. Well, it's not my sister, it's some creditors that are after her. And she's in Cuba at the moment, so... Anyway. I think that's basically how it works anyway. You're gonna... Basically, this is pushing out all the time. And when you set it idle, it's shut. But when you pull the throttle up, it just... That spring starts to open it a little bit. Then when you hit grass, the engine slows down again. It's going as slow as again at the moment. It's not turning at all, so it's all the way open. When it's if you hit grass, it will suddenly pull itself open, speed up. Once it's reached the correct speed, it will slow back down again. And of course, you've got chokes, which is operated the same way. Just there you go. It's choke, but it works fine on this. How you actually set the governors on here? Well, I do. Set the engine to fast on the throttle control. If you've got the Briggs ones, when over here somewhere it's got like a little lever, that's the flapper vane style, so that's a little bit different. You can adjust that by the spring, making the spring shorter or longer. Be careful with it, it's extremely sensitive. Yeah, to adjust these, you set your throttle fast, so it's pulled this all the way this way. That's what you want. Oh, and you will need a pair of pliers. You loosen the little nut on the end of this. Then you grab your pliers on the end of it, because it's got a little flat there, this on top. And you turn it all the way to the right, and that pushes the little lever in there up against your governor, so until it's shut completely. Make sure you're holding it, just a little bit of tension on there with a pair of pliers while you're tightening that up. You don't want it to slip at all because it's so sensitive. Once you've done that, you should be set. That's what I've set this one for. And also up here, you've got a little spring. Let's see. Bit which goes down to here. If you have problems with the engine surging, but it's not, or it's, if it's surging, just surging by itself, it doesn't sound like it's hunting, because when it's hunting, I don't know if that's actually what it's called, but Morsehead Oil calls it that, so that's what I'm going to call it for now. Basically, it'll run at idle or whatever, and it'll run at if it's something to do with the idle, you can start it up, and then it'll pull out, and then it's not meant to go that fast, so it'll go back in, but then it doesn't have enough fuel, so it slows down, and then it pulls back out, and the governor arm just sits there doing this. But that's about it. If you've got any questions on these, they're not particularly hard there. It's a 2-minute job. Really, well, I'll say it's a 4-minute job, just to pull the air filter off, adjust that governor on there. I mean, if you can get a spanner in there, on the HR1, I don't know, it might be 39, I'm not sure, HR1 something. They've got a big, they've got a electric start on them, bigger shroud, and the airbox is a big red thing which goes along this side, and you'll never be able to get something in there to actually adjust this properly. But that's about it, and they're dead simple, these things. So, I hope that helped you, and I'll see you later.